Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. I know I'm a little late to review this movie, but I got around to seeing the new Disney animated film called Zootopia 2, which was one of my most anticipated films of this year. I love the first Zootopia, I adored that film, and that movie came out nearly 10 years ago, and I can't believe how much time has passed, because it almost felt like it came out yesterday, and time is very consuming and weird that the time we're living in ever since the post-COVID, that's just outrageous to me. But going into Zootopia 2, you're following the same characters, Judy and Nick, who have been partners on the police force for a few weeks, and they have to crack a new case that can cause another conspiracy, and it's very controversial. And then you have this new character, the snake, played by Quan, and who is trying to clear him and his family and every reptile's name because they've been banished off of Zootopia for a long time, and he's been trying to clear his name ever since. And Judy and Nick is going to have to work together to help him out because they've been very misunderstood, because the reptiles and the snakes, any type of reptile in particular, have been completely misunderstood. They think that they're very violent creatures in the animal kingdom, and that they're very deadly, but really the snakes have been very calm and very sweet. Now, after coming out of the theater, I will say that I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great standalone sequel, and like from the first one, I love the world building with all the animals, that all the different animals can coexist, and they do tend to pull a lot of these pop culture references a couple of times without annoying you or without any eye rolling, and it's more subtle. And they do the same thing in the second one as well. There was a one callback to the movie, without spoiling it too much, without giving away the context. There was a Shining reference that made me die, and they do bring back some of the familiar faces, and I love Judy and Nick's chemistry. Their dynamic was absolutely incredible. I loved that their chemistry together. They both had their own little different problems that they had to dealt with in their own personal issues, and it's basically more of like a group therapy really throughout the whole movie between the two of them, and I enjoy their dynamic, their whole banter, and the animation and the CG is absolutely incredible as always. And this is a movie that you can literally watch this without having to watch the first Zootopia movie. They do some of the callbacks, but it doesn't really give you enough to where you're going to get lost and confused. I love some of the brand new characters, and I love the snake, and Quan, who plays the snake, was absolutely outstanding. You don't see much of him in the first half of the film, but by the time you get towards the second half of the film, you get a little bit more screen time with them, and I thought his character was so compelling, and it dives a lot more deep, and it's very more emotional than I expected it to be. A little bit of heavy moments. But at the end of the day, I still don't think it's as good as the first one. I still put the first one as a masterpiece. There's still some things I wish they could have done a little bit more here and there. But other than that, it was a great standalone sequel that you can definitely watch this without having to watch the first movie. I definitely think this is one of the best films I've seen all year, in my opinion. I'm going to give Zootopia 2 a 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's as perfect as the first Zootopia movie. And as much as I love the score of Michael Giacchino, but it wasn't as strong as the last one. And the soundtrack of one of the hits of played by Shakira, her character got a little bit more to do instead of just having a cameo, even though her character has a cameo. But I thought her new song was not as memorable as the last one. I thought the last one of her song was definitely memorable, and it stood out to me. This one was kind of a little bit more forgettable. I mean, it's not a bad song, but it's not very memorable to me. It was one of the weakest of the film, in my opinion. But anyway, I really love the film. Like I said, I still think the first one was a lot better for different reasons, but I still encourage you to go out and see it. And guess what? I literally thought that Wicked for Good was going to outgrow Zootopia 2 in theaters, but really, it underperformed. It did completely the opposite. Zootopia 2 completely destroyed Wicked for Good at the box office, and this movie made over $1 billion in the last 11 days. That's outrageous to me. You know what? This is another win for Disney, because this is the second Disney movie that made over $1 billion since Lilo and Stitch. And Avatar Fire and Ash is going to be the next one to hopefully crack over $1 billion at the box office. We'll wait and see what happens with that one. But overall, I still love Zootopia 2. I think that they did a great job of giving us a great message without shoving it down your throat. They were more subtle about it, and and this is a movie that still adults and kids can still enjoy. There is a lot of adult humor. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of adult humors that adults can understand that kids would not understand. And I'm glad that they were able to bring back some of the familiar faces, and there are lots of funny moments in the movie that I really laughed out loud. But anyway, I loved it. What did you think of Zootopia 2? Have you seen it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this review, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you know when my videos are up. And my goal is to reach 500. I'm very close to reaching 500 subscribers, so help me get there. I would really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great holiday, and I hope you guys stay safe. And if you want to follow my social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, the link tree will be down in the description down below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more of my content.